I've waited 14 months for this bad boy to finally show up on my doorstep. And honestly, I cannot be any more excited, guys. What's up? This is BBT Tech, and today I finally got my order of the Rama Zenith, which was a collaboration board between Ion and Rama. You know, the design philosophy of this keyboard encapsulates the vintage form of keyboards from the past into a more modern function. And like always, with every Rama keyboard, you get some really nice packaging, and you can expect everything to look great. It's a nice touch that they separated the plate, PCB, and accessories away from the case just to help give it some extra protection during shipping. Now, on a quick side note, when handling the Zenith for the first time, I was flabbergasted with the amount of fingerprints it had from the first few seconds. Like, this is the definition of a fingerprint magnet. Forget about what you know with stainless steel accents, man. Like, this new matte black finish is like a whole nother new level of fingerprints. Now, back to the regular program, the Rama Zenith has a unique layout and a form factor that most people might not be used to. Like, it's got two macro rule layouts on the side, on the left, and then a 65% main keyboard layout. Like, that's something really out there in my opinion. And from recent memory, the Zenith was one of the first boards using this sort of design and layout, and honestly, that's what I love about it. It's got a bold design with that vintage inspired aesthetic, yet with a presence that you don't get from many other keyboards. Now let's talk about the PCB. The PCB supports VIA and GMK flashing right out of the box, and with most custom keyboards you can change and remap buttons on your keyboard, but in doing so with the regular layout it just feels a little bit awkward since you're rebinding maybe like a F key to whatever custom key map that you want. But on this keyboard you get the macros to do whatever you want, and it doesn't really conflict with what you're normally used to since it is on the left side and you're not messing around with any original layouts that most people are used to from this point on. And because of that, this was one of the main reasons why I wanted this keyboard. And for me, it was just super easy to set up programmable macro buttons in a way that helps me make my workflow more efficient and faster. Now, I think it's right about time to get to the sound test. I built this keyboard with Holy Panda switches lubed with Triboysis 3204, and I got some Durock stabilizers lubed with Krytox 205 grade 0 and Dielectric Grease paired with a classic set of that GMK WoB. Okay guys, so that was the sound test of the Rama Zenith, and I would have to rate it maybe a 7 out of 10 in the sound department. You know, it was slightly better than average, but not that thawky sound that I was hoping for. And I would have hoped that Rama offered some more options to mod the sound characteristics for this keyboard, whether it was like providing different styles of plates or plate material, since this was only offered in aluminum or brass with the standard layout that they had. And perhaps Rama could have offered maybe a selection of sound dampening material, whether in the past they had their internal dampeners or weights. You know, that could have definitely helped with some of the hollow sections of this keyboard, but it's nothing to be too sad about since the quality of this keyboard really speaks for its price. And speaking about plate material as well, this keyboard does have a gasket design, but there's honestly little to no flex in this keyboard, which was somewhat surprising in my opinion. And it kind of defeats the purpose of having a gasket keyboard other than the isolation of sound that you get with the no metal to metal contact. It's just that for a more comfortable typing experience, you do want some sort of bounce or some sort of give into the PCB when you're typing. Some quirks that I've also noticed when building this keyboard was that it did take me some time to get used to this layout and form factor, as the center of the keyboard is kind of shifted and it makes you have a weird keyboard placement, and I probably have that mental block since I'm putting this keyboard in the section where I normally would have every keyboard, and just having that visual representation of the center really helps. But now you gotta move it to the left, and it just feels like me putting my hand on the home row keys just feels a little bit odd. And I know you can move the keyboard like further to the left, and this is just something I'm nitpicking, but yeah, that's just something I noticed. And also, the Zenith only supported a 7U bottom row and a step caps lock instead of that conventional 6.25 or non-steps cap layout. Like, you're pretty locked into what Rama and Ion designed this keyboard to be, so if there's a round 2, you would have to make sure that you have the proper keycaps to match this, or unless maybe Rama decides to give it some more options for a layout. Now, to wrap it all up, the Rama Zenith isn't a bad value, and at the total build cost of 665 USD, you're getting that Rama quality, that unique build design, and you know that statement of you get what you paid for? Yeah, you're getting it with this keyboard. And besides that, this matte black finish has like a fingerprint magnet finish to it. I honestly don't really have any complaints with this keyboard, and I love it. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you do like it, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. This is BBT Tech signing out. Peace.